What have we done? We have just bought this 300-year-old listed building which has sat empty for over 25 years. Over the next 6 to 8 months, we're going to be restoring it back to its former glory, room by room, floor by floor. Come along for the ride. Let's go. This isn't a quick renovation. This is about doing things properly, understanding this building, understanding how it's been here for 300 years, and making sure that it's going to be here for another 300 more. It's about doing things properly, maintaining features, and doing this building justice. And it all starts with approaching a property like this the right way. Welcome to the channel. I am Mike and I've been in construction for over 20 years now and solely been doing property renovations, property flips for the last 8 to 10 years, and we figured now was as good a time as any to bring you along for the ride. So you're going to be following along as we renovate this 300-year-old building and restore it back to its former glory. We are in Callander, which sits in Loch Lomond-Trossachs National Park in the heart of Scotland. Callander is a fantastic little tourist village. I actually spent my early years here, so I do have a particular fondness for Callander and the wider area. So there was a number of reasons this property stood out to us. Its age, its prominence on a high street, and its history. Most of its life it's been a hotel of varying degrees and varying standards. The goal with this building is to turn it into 4 to 5 short-term holiday lets with a small retail space on the ground floor. Really looking forward to each apartment having its own sort of individual charm. The joy with these sort of age of buildings is they've got so many quirks. Although each footprint is the same across each floor, each room, each hallway, it's just all got so much character, all got so much individuality, and we're kind of looking forward to seeing that how that comes out, because as much as we can have a vision for that, it very much changes along the way, and you can think it's going to be one thing, but it tells you it's going to be another, and you just have to go with that. So really excited, really looking forward to doing our best to do this building justice. So, how do we go about it? First things first, we need to get the roof sorted, because currently we've essentially got a 3-level pigeon coop at the minute. So yeah, scaffolding will be going up, wind and water tight, and then we will all come in. That being myself, I'll be very much be heavily involved in this. I'll be knee deep in the rubble dust and pigeon poo. We also have our own team of guys which work full time with us, so you'll get to meet them along the way. And we also have a number of subcontractors that we know well and use regularly. So that'll be stage 1, wind and water tight. There was a whole number of things that stood out for us with this property actually. Being familiar with the area, it was the business aspect that we're kind of leaning into initially, just with its sort of prominence on the main street, the tourism and the footfall that Callander gets. That was like kind of the initial like, oh, there could be something here. And then the more layers we peel back, the more we just fell in love with the building. It was an auction purchase. We've got a lot of building for our money here. I won't say how much we paid for it yet, we'll save that for later down the line. But yeah, there's a lot of building here for your money, but as you can see, there's very apparent reason for that. You could not really get this in any worse condition than we have got it. And as contradictory as that sounds, that's actually one of the massive draws for us, because to maximise the value that you're adding, you're looking to get it at the lowest price point possible. So for that to happen as well, it generally needs to be in a poor condition. So yes, all of these things sort of align for us. That reminds me, some of our golden rules. Generally, we will buy from anyone, anywhere, pretty much. This was specifically an auction purchase. In saying that, you definitely need to be careful. You're responsible for yourself when you're buying at auction, so absolutely do your own due diligence. They will not look after you. It's very cutthroat. In saying that though, there's absolutely opportunities to be had from auction purchases. This hopefully being one of them. Another one is making sure you can get the revalue at the other end. This is very sort of simple baseline stuff, but there's no point buying a property, pouring a load of money into it, to find out that you can't actually free that money back up. Yeah, that's another massive, very early sort of stress test that we'll do is making sure purchase price, spends, solicitor fees, all of that, it all stacks up to being able to have the property revalued and refinance so that you can kind of pull your cash back out and move on to the next. Another golden rule for us is it depends what the property's for. Is it going to be a long-term let? Is it a flip? Is it short-term holiday let? Doing the area research, making sure that the market is there for your proposed purpose. And also you want to speak to your projected tenant. You kind of putting yourself in their shoes and you know, what would you be looking for when you're looking to book your break, or if you're moving to a particular area, or whatever it is, you're trying to see it from their perspective. Something I think modern builders, modern developers get wrong with this sort of property type is they strip away the character. As much as like local planning authorities can maintain the external, once you pass through that door threshold, people can make it a bit generic. Once you're through the door, it can just feel like any other new build. So really try and keep as many period features as you can. Yeah, really just lean into the character of the building and kind of do that justice. Yeah, our ethos going into this property type, not only the property type, property location, it's very prominent with where it sits on the main street here in Callander. So yeah, we go into this with a high level of respect for the building itself, do these kind of period features justice, but also for the local community. It's sat empty for nearly 30 years now, so everybody's very keen to sort of see this brought back to life. Yeah, we kind of want to try and respect the building, do it justice for not only the building's heritage, but the locals as well. As much as it's business, this is very much a passion project for us. We love what we're doing. What sort of better buildings are there than these sort of old period properties? You know, they've got their quirks. They quite literally don't make them like this anymore. So yeah, it's great to sort of have that thread into the past and, you know, kind of feel like you're sort of seeing something through, carrying something on, and trying to pay homage to what's gone before, you know. Okay, so yeah, on reflection, I guess, standing here, we've got it all ahead of us. The great thing about having the experience that we have is that we feel able to take on a project like this, but the downside of that is we know what's to come. It's a double-edged sword. As much as we know that inevitably there's going to be problems, even we don't know what they're going to be. And sometimes ignorance is bliss, right? So, you know, if we didn't know, we wouldn't know. It'd be kind of full of that bouncy excitement, whereas now it's kind of that nervous anticipation, but at the same time, we're excited. We know we have the tools in the team, quite literally, to execute this, and we are really looking forward to getting into the bones of it and bringing you guys along for the journey.